Hello there everyone, welcome back to another LEGO minifigure series, and today is my long-awaited My Hero Academia Heroes collection. So, I'm very sorry about how long this has been taking. I've just been very busy and keep forgetting to post it and film it and all that. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so first figure on the list is Deku. Oh, by the way, there are Season 4 and Season 5 trailer spoilers in this. So, anyway, this is 100% Deku from his fight with Shizuki in the mid of Season 4. I really like how he turned out, and yeah, so I'm using the Batman belt piece. I just painted the pockets red. Electrical tape for the boots, electrical tape for Lemillion's cape, the regular hood piece for his hood piece, the dog trainer hair in like a weird green, just did like his full cowling lightning effect, and some ripped sleeves, and yeah. Well, that is it for, and I'm using the newish superhero pose thing to make it look like he's flying. Anyway, that is Deku. Next up is everyone's favorite. Well, my favorite anyway. Bakugo. So, this is based off his Season 5 appearance with the new long sleeve and turtleneck. So, with this figure, I sculpted a lot of the elements on it. As you can see, as you can probably tell, the what do you call it? The shoulder pieces, the grenades on both his hands and belt, his knee pads, and his hair are all 100% sculpted. I used cardboard to make his flames at the back of the head. I know it's just attached into the back of the head. Electrical tape for the collar. I used pretty much all Star Wars body parts underneath him. Some green hands for his gloves, and a modified blast piece to make it look like an explosion. And put him on a base plate piece using the superhero stuff to make it look like he's flying to do an explosion. And the gauntlets are removable. Sorry. Next up, for the UA trio, we've got Todoroki, or Shoto. Yeah, so a lot of sculpted elements on him too, his shoulder things, his hair. Used electrical tape for his boots and for the sleeves on his arm. I glued flame pieces and cut up some blue flame pieces and glued it to his body to make it look like he's freezing and on fire at the same time. Painted the scar on his eye and his pupil a different color. And yeah, rest painted, but that is it for Shoto. Next up, we have Naraka. So, I don't really like how she turned out. I'm probably gonna change a lot about her for like an update video when I finish Hawks, Endeavor, and Shinzo, probably a couple of others. Yeah, so hairpiece is meh. I used the newer Black Widow hairpiece as a base. Sculpted chest, belt, and thighs, and used the wristwatch thing technique to do her gloves. But yeah, pretty boring figure. I'm not the biggest fan of the character, and I know I'm probably going to get hate for that, but yeah, Unchako. Next up, we have the ex-#1 hero himself, Alma. Oh, he fell over. People stand. All Might. So, nearly the entire body on him is sculpted with Lego underneath. So, modified groin piece to make it bigger. His legs are extended. His arms sculpted, obviously. Hairpiece, I used the Widow's Peak hairpiece and sculpted onto it. And then the top pieces are made of cardboard. Face is painted. People kept recommending me not to do the shading, but I always liked it, so I stuck with it. And yeah, I'll just get somebody in here for height comparison. So yeah, he's about 2 heads taller than other Lego figures. Okay, so that's All Might. Next up, we have the youngest brother in the Ingenium family, Ida. So for this one, the design is very much based on how Legomatic 97 did it. Yeah, so just basic hairpiece. I sculpted his. Yeah, I'll show you the back. It is very messy because I could not be bothered fixing it. But yeah, cut the torso in half, sculpted pipe, sculpted his legs, groin piece, shin pads, chest, shoulder pieces, and he is permanently in a running pose. But yeah, that is Tenya Ida. Who should I do next? Here we have Froffy. So, yeah, everyone's favorite frog waifu. So, sculpted the hair, got the bow. I used Sally's hair from the Disney series. Painted the face with her tongue, sculpted the chest, and her headpiece, a frog eye headpiece thing. And yeah, not much to say about the figure. I like how it turned out. Could clean up some of the paintwork, but yeah, Froppy or Sue. Next up we have Kirishima. This is him from season 4 in Unbreaking. Well, Red Riot Unbreaking. So, hairpiece is the modified sleepy hair, sculpted the chest and his gears, sculpted the arms, the fingers, the belt. I just used some spare fabric I had for the waistcoat and just electrical tape for the rest of the shirt that ripped off. And yeah, just painted the cracks all over the body. I like how he turned out, and yeah, that's it for Red Riot. Next up we have one of the edgier members of Class 1A, Fukuomi, and Dark Shadow. So, relatively simple figure. I sculpted the bird head. Dark Shadow is connected at the back. Just glued him there. Just used like a cloak design for his cloak, and then did some purple highlights throughout. And some skeleton and arm pieces for Dark Shadow. But yeah, that's it for Fukuomi. Pretty simple figure. Next up, it's the character everybody loves to hate, Minato. So, This figure, I pretty much made him just to annoy people. I don't mind him as much as a character, but yeah, so modified cape piece, painted yellow. His grapes on his head are sculpted, diaper is sculpted, and yeah, just purple and yellow paint and electrical tape for the glove tops. That is it for the little perv. Next on my list is Ayala Sensei. So with Eraserhead, he turned out the best out of all my figures, and I love him for this series and in the show. But yeah, so the face, I'm not quite sure whose face that was, but it worked great. And I painted the scar and the stubble. I went with a black torso with green highlights instead of vice versa. Popstar hairpiece sculpted with a sculpted fringe. Scarves made out of electrical tape. Batman belt and electrical tape for the shoes. Well, for his boots. But yeah, one of my favorite figures in the series and the first My Hero figure I actually made. But yeah, Eraserhead. Or Aizawa. Next up we have Lemillion. This is during his fight with Overhaul, just before he lost his powers. So modified the eyes to look more Tintin-y. Shortened the sides of the sleepy hair. Glove top. I modified a tattered cape piece, and yeah, just painted the rest. Simple figure, like how he turned out, but yeah, that's it for Lemillion, and now he's to gotta go. Next up, I have a figure that most people also don't like, but this is Ayala. Yeah. Anyway, sorry about my mispronunciations of characters' names. So, yeah, used the armor piece, Black Widow's hair modified, cape piece. I can't really tell due to the camera quality, but it is sparkly. Use the ends of lever pieces for his shoulder and knee pads, and yeah, painted the rest. But a thing that I love about this figure is if I use one of these into his back here, he gets to use his navel laser. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna apologize for the pronunciation of the next two figures because I'm not the best at name pronunciation. Anyway, here we have completely forgot his name now. Just gonna call him Tape Arms. I know his name, it's just not in my head right now. But yeah, anyway, so use the Ant-Man or Firefly helmet piece with the sides sanded down. Thought that worked really well for him. Lever pieces for his tape shoulders, paper for his tape, and just I used those legs. I know he doesn't have the straps on his legs, but I thought it added to the figure instead of just having them plain black. But yeah, that is it for him. Once again, you can tell me in the comments their names and get angry at me. I will take full responsibility. Okay, next up we have Invisible Girl. Also forgot her name, and I'm really sorry, guys. I'm very tired and names don't come to me. But anyway, so I decided to wear in a UA gym uniform because 97 Lego Matic did all the other costumes already. So anyway, I took the neck off the torso and shorten the arms, make it look like there's nothing there. Sculpted the boobs, and yeah, simple figure. Also, I want an excuse to make the UA uniform, but yeah, that is it for her. Okay, the last figure in this series is Mount Lady. So I decided to make her because I got the Han Solo torch figure as a present, and yeah, so I did a lot of work on this one. So first I sanded down the sides, so then she had a waistline, sculpted the chest, sculpted the hair, her horns are made out of cardboard. I painted onto just the Han Solo figure, but yeah, with her being a torch figure, she is that much taller than everybody else, so I like how that turned out. Not accurate size not an accurate height for her, but still made her bigger. But yeah, there's not much else to say about this figure, so I think now it is time to try and wrap up this video. Okay, so get her out of there. I'm just gonna put you guys down for a sec. Oh wait, never mind. Okay, so might as well get the main characters in here for a group shot. So let's get them off the base plates. Explosion murder in here. I'm pretty much just putting my favorite characters out. Why doesn't All Might want to stand today? Anyway, guys, thank you for watching and bearing with me through that video. I'm sorry about the wait, and there will be another video. I'm not going to promise a time, because last time I promised a time it was a month later, and then it was 3 months later. And yeah, so when the next video comes out is when it comes out, but yeah, that is it for my LEGO My Hero series.